Hi everyone, my name is Nick Dram, and this is going to be my written report critique. For some reason, my webcam will not allow me to look at web pages or anything, so I got another laptop here, so bear with me as I glance back and forth. The first one I'm critiquing is Jennifer Miller's. First thing that I noticed right off the bat is that she does really good. She does a really good job with giving off the approximate time, the date. It's really important to know exactly the time and date. Dispatch. Yeah, it's exact that dispatch sends police officers to an alley. It's really important to have that because if you don't have that, it's it's really hard to use in court. A lot of court battles are won and lost because of accuracy of information. And I think if you didn't have this, I think everybody would be very confused when the officers arrived on scene. And Jennifer, you do a really good job with getting the address down first. When I took 911 telecommunications, that's one of the first things that you need to obtain is the address. I like how you don't use any slang. There's no slang here. It seems to have wonderful paragraphs, great sentence structure. I don't know. I think you really went into this one. This is really good. You got names capitalized. Everything looks organized. It's easier for officers to use this. So this would be a very, very good witness statement or police report to use for court. I really don't see anything else you should do any better. I like how I watched your video. That was pretty good too. Well, yeah. So I think you did pretty good. I'm really, excited to see what you do for the next time. It's always good to have growth for each and every week that we take this class. Rochelle Glick. If I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry, but you were next, and it looks extremely organized. I like it's short and sweet, just like I did with mine. The first thing you come off with is the date. I don't see a time. I think if you had a time there, it'd be a lot more easier to be able to tell us when dispatch received a call. I think that's basically, yeah, that's one of the only things I see that that you kind of need. I don't see an address. I think if you had an address, yeah, there isn't one. Farmer Collins, you got that. You got capitalization. Looks like grammar you have no problem with. It's just you need a date and a. Oh, you got date. Sorry. You need a time and a location. It's extremely important to have that location so that whoever's reading the police report knows exactly where the location is. And let's see, you have an officer. Yep, Officer Carey. That's good. You have the officer's name that was on duty. You need a. I'd put her partner's name down. Yeah, Officer Carey and her partner. I'd put her name down just for the sake that if you need to, if the court were to ask, which officer was on scene with Officer Carey. It's always good to know who conducted the investigation. Overall, it looks pretty good. I think if you just get those two in, I think it's flat out good. So I gotta read from one of the other, present one as they would in a courtroom. So I'm gonna do Rochelle's. On April 13, 2015, dispatch received a call from a local farmer saying there's a body in the field. The dispatcher started asking her a series of questions about the body. Farmer Collins told her that it was extremely decomposed and he just ran it over with his tractor, and that's what brought it up to the surface. Farmer Collins stated that he has not plowed this field in 2 years. The dispatcher sent out information. Shortly after, Officer Carey and her partner arrived and started investigating the scene. They took pictures and continued to question the farmer. Continued to question the farmer, Collins, about the situation. At the time, the body was not identifiable. The body was soon packed up and taken in for further testing to see if they could identify the body by certain remains. There's been a missing girl for the past 2.5 years within the county, so they conducted further investigation. The results were presented that the decomposed body matched up to be Sarah Parker, the young female that went missing 2.5 years ago. Officer Carey contacted the farmer Collins and stated what the results came to. So I think you did a pretty good job. I think if you just get a time in there and address, like I said before, normally 911 dispatch, the first thing they ask for is for an address, just in case they lose contact to the phone call. If they lose contact to phone call and they don't have a trace on their phone call, they're not on there long enough, they generally can't find out where they are. It's always good to have an address down, and having names. Names is very important. You got to know who was at the scene. But overall, I think you did a pretty good job. I just think you just changed one of the two things there, and you'll be okay. So, I enjoyed reading both of them, and I hope to hear from you guys later on through the scores. Thank you.